Are you ready?
Toads.
Merry Friday and welcome to Heroes and Generals Devstream number 54, live from Copenhagen. I'm Reto.Desji and with me is Reto.Desji and Reto Bjarne. Bjarne le Rouge.
Peace.
Peace. Peace is our business. What is happening with the servers? I guess I'll let you answer that one. Let us start by throwing Bjarne under the bus. And so the servers are doing better, aren't they?
I think so, yeah.
Much better.
Yes.
That was the answer. I'm giving it to you now. So most server issues are gone. They're performing a lot better. So we will, I guess, soon be organizing some events to kind of make it up to the players who couldn't, fully enjoy. Among other things, people had their veteran membership. We're preparing something. I think there's an announcement that will go on our news blog soon enough. Also, we're going to introduce some of the new features that are coming in the next update, which is called Zhukov.
Is it what?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? in French, we write it with a J.
Juicy.
No, we write with a J like because it's pronounced Zhukov.
Zhukov, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the Z or Z, depending where you come from. The Z update.
It wasn't hard to guess, was it?
Yeah, Zhukov. So, and Zhukov being the guy who kicked Germany's ass the most.
Yeah.
I think.
One of them.
One of them.
One of the few generals who did not get killed by Stalin.
But was he? It was like already like field marshal, I think, right?
I have no idea.
I think he was made like anyway. He had like one of those like the archetypal general with like the chest of like just like it's just shining metal, of like just metals like rows of decoration. Anyway, so we have introduced some. Actually, this guy has introduced some cool new changes to the depot map. The encounter map that was introduced in the previous version. I'm going to just change the weather before I show it to you.
Yes.
And so what did you do?
It's mostly minor changes while I'm coming in here on a regular day and not being here for a whole session. I'm going to leave early because I have lots of bugs to fix. But it was mostly minor changes. First of all, it was moving the spawns a little bit away from the capture point because it's very dense action as it is now.
I'm at a spawn right now.
All right.
Actually, so it looks the same.
It looks very much the same, but if you know this map, you will see that it's been moved back.
So if I look at the in-game map, do I see anything? Well, okay.
It's like
it's really hard to see.
It's like 20 meters moved back. It's not a lot.
No, but it means a lot in the game, right?
I see. Okay, so everything looks further away. So I need my binoculars to.
A little more room.
It's a little more room to make players be able to flank more. Because right now, when it's so short, people they just run directly to the point because they feel like they're under so much pressure from the get-go, from right when they spawn. So by adding like a 20-meter further distance, I was able to put like a hill that you can flank behind at the spawn.
So wait.
So what you're looking at now?
This here?
No, if you look further, this is the hill.
This is okay. So like that
over here,
or what? Like
see, this whole area is elevated now.
It wasn't.
It wasn't before, no.
Ah, I thought it was.
But basically, you can flank behind that, and you have like the peace of mind to do it, and it's the same on the other side.
And also, is the same with the isn't the, or is it just me? The train tracks, are they a little bit different?
Maybe they probably got recalculated when I changed the terrain.
Because I think like okay, so here you can cross easily. I think before, this point was closer to over there. So
yeah.
Okay, so because I know that when I play, I often end up here. Looking for the bastard. So there's always a bastard.
That bastard, the one guy. Yeah. So basically, also to make vehicles, people right now are spawning jeeps and just driving for 10 meters and then getting out of the Jeep, and that's kind of stupid. So the little bit more range is going to make that seem more natural. Or
Actually,
make more sense.
I'm gonna come back to what I just saw. I saw that the door is different. So on the other side, I'm gonna go and try to.
Yeah, you can see that there's a hill here as well.
Yeah. This is different. This is clearly different.
Let's move it back a bit.
Okay, so.
And actually, if you go further this way,
Yep.
you will see that there's an APC tumbled over.
Nice. It's like a warning.
And this is actually, actually I have people now, I'm spawning people, not just in the house, but I'm spawning people between the house and the APC.
Yeah. So if you come here to camp, you're already in the spawn.
Yeah, people are spawning here. I've expanded the spawn area and the spawn protection area so that people will be arriving at the point from a little bit more different angles. Because before everyone was spawning at the same point and they were all running on a line, like lemmings to the slaughter.
Is it the same thing on the other side? Do they have like a?
They don't have an APC, but they do spawn in a wider area. So that. And that is also to activate the trenches more, which is something we had a thread on the forum, which was for feedback, and everyone was saying we want to play in the trench area more. So
there's no reason for it.
But there is now.
Yeah. That's cool. So because I mean, until now, the only reason to go out there in these trenches was to basically find the one sniper that was hiding there and being a pain.
But now you're kind of spawning on this side.
Well, now that I'm here, I see that there's this door.
Yeah, I've opened up some more access points to the capture point because
and this
people
door.
And
so I just want to see because I used to like coming here, and then I could jump down on. So you move the boxes here.
Yeah.
So because I used to jump down on them. And I used to kind of, shoot people through these little windows, and
you can still do that.
Yeah, but I mean, I actually didn't even think of it myself. I saw people doing it in the video log, which is out now. We'll mention that later, I guess. Well, but so this door was not open before, so there's one new door.
And this door, the big main gate.
Yeah, people used to drive their Jeeps straight through it. So now
it's not closed, but it's what is they called?
So now you can't drive an APC inside the
exactly. People were like, I did not. I should have anticipated that, honestly, but I did not anticipate that, and people have been driving APCs in there, spawning people inside the capture zone. This is not cool.
But what is this?
What is that?
This is so awesome.
Yeah, this is.
Honestly, like this is the thing that's made me the happiest in a long time because it's a tunnel.
It's like a basement layer to the depot capture zone, and it is included in the capture zone. So
wait. So this used to be a ladder, didn't it?
Yeah, but we changed it.
You made it into a staircase. So on the, I don't even know what to call this side. Well, on the, I guess where's the captain to the access point there? So that's the one. That's the side with the palisade and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But basically adding the tunnels, which can only be accessed from the trench side of the map.
Yeah. The trench
and adding the new door, which is also on that side, which should hopefully make more people move in the trenches because now you can attack the point much better from that side.
So when you're inside the tunnel, you're still capturing, are you?
You're still capturing, and that is because we had
the whole area here.
The whole area there is a capture zone, and that is because we had some issues with the map being once someone captured the point, they would have a really easy time defending the capture zone, and they would just kind of sit and camp inside the depot. The thing is that the tunnels are now part of the capture zone, but you can't access them without going outside the depot. So if you're camping inside, if a large force is camping inside the depot hall, the other team can just go into the basement, take the basement, and that will essentially force the people inside who are camping to move around. So it's like an anti-camping measure, and hopefully make the
An anti-camping measure. I don't like the sound of that.
it should hopefully make the depot, the capture point, switch more often, make it easier to take over once someone has it.
Yeah.
And that should.
You say the problem was that it's the guys who get there first. So like it's too easy to.
It's too easy to just hold it.
Yeah.
So what happens now is that if you're in safety, like tucked away under in your little box corner there.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute, what happened here?
Before you could push to the enemy's box corner.
I think you.
Oh, I've made a mistake.
You made a little glitch.
I've made a bug.
Yeah. Well, but you're still working on it. He's still working on it. That's why we're not going to keep you too long because it's that's still being tested and there's still some.
I have a lot of bugs.
Some bugs. So that was you just saw there was an invisible wall where it shouldn't be. But okay, on the other side I can illustrate the same thing. So
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think
okay. So it's the door
It's the door
in the fence. That's funny. Okay, so what about if I do this? So
yeah.
But like I was saying, so if you're in this little corner there and you're safe and you got the exits covered and everything, then suddenly you'll get the message that somebody's capturing. Where the hell is he? Well, to find out, you have to rush outside here.
Yes.
Get down the ladder, and then then you sprain your ankle.
And
But
then
then,
shot by
fortunately, if that's the cool thing is that, like if somebody's deciding, I'm gonna troll, I'm gonna just sit on the ladder and block everybody else. Well, you can
The
just
ladder is going to be death trap.
you can
That's
just
not
blow
gonna-
him to bits with that. So.
The ladder is the reason why one is a staircase and one is a ladder is because the ladder is actually accessible from somewhat inside the capture zone, but that's an advantage for the people inside, for the people who are already inside the capture zone. But the ladder is much worse, a much worse access point to the basement than going outside to the staircase. Hopefully that'll drive people to go outside.
No, that makes perfect sense.
And when people go outside, there will be people in the trenches sitting there with their longer range weapons and picking them off as they're moving outside there. So should activate the whole trench area a lot more.
Oh wait, what am I holding? Oh no, we won't have time to see it because the game is ending. I'll just start a new one and show it to you. Yeah, I guess I should just do that right away. I'll close this here. Well, there it is. That's what I was holding. That's the Musin Nagant. Well, I guess I'll say thanks for being here, however briefly. We'll let you go back to making...
Fixing bugs.
Fixing
I have
bugs
a doorway that you can't go through that no one has reported yet. I will get to that in a second.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, and we will now full screen to another image. There you go. So yeah, this is the. It's the only new weapon that's coming in Zhukov.
Except for the very secret one that people can't find. I'm being sarcastic. don't spend your time looking for it.
So this is the Musin Nagant 1895. I can't say it in Russian when it's not like written on a paper for me. The numbers, I mean, 1895. I mean, in the video log, I'll say it in Russian with my fake accent.
Oh, I thought you actually knew how to. So you're just reading like
I asked Google how you're supposed to pronounce it. I mean,
easy peasy. So it's actually Google.
Yeah, some of it, but
not you.
I can read some Russian. So if you write bad words in Russian, most of the time I know what you're saying. It's not very creative. So, but I'm gonna go back into the map and show it, just so that we can get a good look at it. Actually, it doesn't have to be the depot map anymore. I'm gonna just pick whatever's there. And while we're talking about it, yeah, I think we said everything there was to say about the depot map. We have also a few leftover questions from last time, so we'll take that later. I'm just saying that while we're loading, what else we're going to be talking about. Just trying to think here. We showed it. We kind of teased it recently that the motorcycles were more stable for. Actually, override. Start countdown. All right. I'll show it again just so that to make it official. We were kind of just goofing around.
We weren't quite sure that we're actually going to make it for the build, but seems it has.
Oh, was it last time or the time before that?
The time before, I think it was.
So I'm gonna give myself a what? This is number 4, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm in the German sidecar. So in case you missed it last time, that would have flipped me.
Now this
this is unflippable.
Instantly, I would expect people to demand weapons on the other motorcycles, because this is Germany OP.
Right, I'm gonna try and flip myself somehow.
You cannot. You can't do it. It's impossible.
It can't be done.
It's unflippable.
Look at that. That's really cool. So that's one major pain gun, because that was something that persisted for a long time. Okay,
Yeah.
so the Mosin-Nagant revolver, it's pretty sweet. It's very shiny also. I'm gonna make sure that I have a head.
Give head. Give head.
Controls give head.
Oh no.
So, Trollolog. And here is, I'm gonna do it like this.
Whoa, that's a big hand you have there.
That's a big hand. So, in close up, in all its glorious detail.
Yeah.
It's really cool that even the
It has it's
individual
a very
bullets,
interesting revolver actually. It's sort of like when it's about to fire, the what do you call it?
the hammer.
Actually the whole drum where the bullets are in, it pushes forward.
Okay.
And pushes the cartridge of the bullet inside the barrel to seal it off. So it has a very good gas seal.
Aha.
It's also the only one that that can actually be silenced pretty effectively.
Yeah, I think Ken Solo told me about that. So that this weapon can receive a silencer.
Just one thing, I just need to.
I'll try and find a.
You should read this.
Oh, okay. Apparently, so it's a suppressor that you're saying, not a silencer. But actually, while you're doing that, I'm going to go and ask
you should
Google about it. What?
No, just read this.
Yep. Aha. So.
But
okay.
it's an interesting revolver. Anyway, it's yeah. What can I say about it? It has special ammunition. It's just with the regular ammunition. I think it's almost as powerful as the Magnum ammunition for the American guns. So it's pretty special.
There, I found it.
Yeah.
Just so that we can. It's not something you see very often in movies. The suppressed revolver, but so it's an idea for a future mod, I guess. So and this is of course unlocked with the handgun ribbon.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I think our Soviet players have been asking about for a long time. So yes, again we are going to. So like add stuff to the game that people request.
Right.
Obviously, it seems like everybody's requesting everything. So we are So like picking out what we think is going to be the next things that we're going to add, and obviously it will always upset some people when we choose something, but hopefully some other players get happy every time we choose something.
And I guess for now we're not going to show more of the. I mean, we did already kind of tease some other features. We're not going to get more into it right now because we got, I think, other fun things to show. I just want to maybe, yeah, I'll get out of there for now and go and grab. There's a video we just received today. I want to show that. So if I don't know if we can get sound from. Yeah.
Oh, that one. That is cool.
It's quite funny. I mean, it's kind of easy to miss what's going on in it, but it's so funny. It's.
Is this the one that the player recorded?
Yeah.
Okay, because
the guy's name is actually, what is the guy's name? Let me just see. Wait, there is also a replay.
Show this one first. It's just.
Okay, so the player sent us this. And,
yeah.
I just want to make sure that I got the guy's name. It's Maximus, right, which is spelled Maximus.
So I thought it was so cool that we actually went in and Oxen went in and tried to find the actual.
See what really happened.
What really happened, and
because
then made a little video of it.
Yeah. So this is what the player saw. Fires his Panzerfaust and then looks away. And then he gets a message that he's destroyed an aircraft and killed the guy.
What?
He's like, what?
No, that didn't just happen.
Didn't see it?
And then basically he spends the rest of the video just
Panzerfaust.
being surprised. But if we look at it again, so he shoots, misses completely, but the plane is turning around.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna show it again. So as you see a plane that's about to turn around, and basically he turns around just in time to get hit by the rocket.
Oh my God, I got him.
Oxen was so impressed with this, so we had to know what was actually happening. So he found the actual battle, and
it's in the folder for where is it? Let me see that. Is it on?
You don't have it here?
I don't have it here. No, I thought that it was in the folder, but no, here it is. Here it is. There we go. So
this is from.
This is from our replay tool.
Replay tool.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes.
So the guy goes and grabs the Panzerfaust. I haven't seen this yet. This guy. It's so funny. And he goes, whoop, and then.
You see, hey! That's awesome.
Well done.
That's a nice shot. Yeah, lucky shot maybe, but still a nice shot. Should we see it again?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, we should do this more often.
Excellent. Yeah. That's. See, there he goes. He doesn't even see it himself, but now we have it on video.
It's either a lucky shot or a very unlucky pilot. Well done, Maximus. I guess I mean you can like save this video and frame it.
Yeah.
So we also have a few screenshot contest winners. Let's look at them later. Let's go and because we have some questions left over from last time when we did our Q&A.
Oh yeah.
And might as well.
You want to take those now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then we'll kind of alternate with some screenshot winners.
There's one here that says from Joseph that that's pretty. Yeah. Will you ever make a video log for the Young update? I was last watching it. We already had. We have actually released it. Was it yesterday? It was out.
Yeah, I think yesterday or today. Let's say Yeah, it's yesterday we released it. So if you go to our news page, right here, and we can maybe full screen this. Yes. So the video log is right here. So it basically recaps everything that was in the Young update that came out a few weeks ago. And I just want to find the question that you're at so that I can
I'm
follow.
at the next question from
You're at the next one.
LT Murphy is asking, is there any chance in the future that we could get decals, you can call them skins, for our tanks? An example of what I'm talking about is the US Stuart light tank. It has a skull and crossbones, and the US Chaffee has one I use has skeeter on them. You could have Wasp, Bee, a lightning bolt, maybe some sort of words. Like the movie I watched called Fury. It was on the cannon, stuff like that. Would have been used in time. I think it would be within accurate to World War II. Yes, we have discussed, we have several possibilities of adding decals and markings to the vehicles. Right now we are in the process of adding more, you could say, like full skins, like camouflage skins for the vehicles. Some of those can actually, at some point we have discussed if we should make some of those. We have like the dragon teeth and like more personalized markings on them that sort of like fits the entire vehicle. That has to be made with the actual skin for the vehicle. But we also have still somewhere deep down in our repository, the archives, we have still the assault team insignia that we once worked a bit on, and that is going to be revived at some point. And obviously that would be cool that you could design your own decal and stick it onto the tank. We probably won't have a feature where the thing about the two types of decals is that one is the entire skin of the vehicle that gets swapped out with something that some of our artists have created, and the other one is a marking where you just have a logo that you stick on some part of the tank. Obviously, it's two different types of, you could say, technology. Where one is the base textures that's getting switched, and the other one is a marking that we put. We could actually use the same as we have our bullet holes. Just put a different picture on the tank. We still have a bit of a discussion about how it blends with the dirt and the scratches and so it blends properly into the tank. So otherwise it would look kind of odd if it's just like
it stays clean.
A clean sticker that you put on top of it. So it's not something that is just, we can just do it, and we'll probably also stick with the. I know a lot of players are asking if they can design their own stickers to put on, and we will probably not do that.
Why not?
Simply because it would be too easy to create something that would be
a cock.
Yeah, time to cock would be 0 seconds, I guess. But also all sorts of harassment and profanity and all sort of shit that we don't want to deal with. So we're gonna stick with something that we create, but we'll make sure that we create enough variety. So it's not like, oh, there comes this guy with the usual marking. So
with the dude mobile.
Yeah. So that's the reason for that. So there's two types of decals. Let's see if I can find the next question here. Is the
let me read the name. It's from Amanu.
Do you want to read the question as well?
Can we get high explosive squash head rounds for our bazookas and bazookas? Sorry, it just sounded like something else. These rounds have poor armor penetration, but a big explosion radius. So they should be unlocked with a new bazooka or Panzerschreck specialist ribbon, for example.
So he basically just wants to turn his bazooka into a mortar instead, I guess.
Can't wait for the mortar. So it's a horizontal mortar.
It's a nice idea. We are looking into adding adding new rockets to the bazookas. So it would be fun. Yeah, maybe we should look into having a high explosive round as well. That's a good idea.
Yep.
Then we have African Dave.
Yes. Can you please list all of the cities around the world that host live servers?
Yeah, But
Virginia, that's not a city.
you can answer that.
Actually, the one in Virginia, it's Virginia. It's like the ones in the U.S. is just they're listed by state. So it's Virginia, California. We have one in Australia that's in Sydney. One in Rotterdam, that's in the Netherlands. One in Sao Paulo, Brazil. One in Moscow. One in Hong Kong, and one in Tokyo, or Tokyo, as it is pronounced by normal people.
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Tokyo. Tokyo.
Yes, it's Friday. Next question. Can I take that one? Yeah. Amanu, I think there needs to be a classification system that that knows kind of how advanced you are, and puts you against players in the same skill level. Wait, that sounds familiar. But to make the system non-exploitable, the classification system should be hidden from you and not displayed as a rank or anything. Well, isn't that already how it works?
This is already how it works.
Yeah.
So, it's a little bit secret how we do it, but we do actually use the player's skill in the matchmaker. So you will. You will actually progressively, if you get better in the game, you will be matched against players that are.
But it's very
better.
slow, right? It can only gradually.
It's sort of like gradually bumps you in the right direction. I think also that there has been some tweaks to it lately. I think so. It's not a problem that's easy to sort of like solve, but I think it's especially if you have these problems where you, as a first time player, you don't have any skill. How do you actually put you in the right category from the beginning? And that's kind of like one of those things where there's a ton of different algorithms that you can sort of like rely on here. Say you use in sort of like voting systems and stuff like that to weigh how much does your first skill, how much should it weigh against the others. As you start to, if you played 100 games, it's a more correct number for the skill. If you only play 2 games, those 2 numbers might be lucky or unlucky or something. So that's actually how it works on the back end. Try to match you as good as possible. We are working on getting a much better leveling system into the game where players are, instead of having this tier system where it's tier 0, 1 and 2, we'd like to introduce a player leveling system instead, where you have player level 0 to maybe 100 or something, so we have a much more finely granulated path to the game, and we can unlock very specific things like this particular map, for example, or this particular game mode, or war possibility to play a skirmish battle in the war is unlocked at level this and this and this. So it is something that we're looking into, getting a much more finely granulated leveling system, because it is a bit too rough as it now. We introduce the game in rather large chunks to new players, and
that's true.
That's not really good.
I have been getting feedback from players saying like, how can I go back? I want to go back to when everything was simple and
exactly. And that's what we would like to do with the player leveling system, is to have a true player skill. So you actually have to perform in the game to get to the next level, whereas the rank system for the characters are just progressing. You get there. Obviously, some good players will get there quicker, but eventually everybody will get to a certain level if you just play enough. Whereas the skill level is sort of like designed. So obviously the first, say, 10 levels, which we would think of as the introductory levels, everybody should be able to get through those. But we can, by adjusting the system correctly, we can make sure that, for example, a player level 50, that is only if you're really, really good that you get to that level. So it can turn into a more like a skill-based leveling system. So that I think that sort of like answers that. I think the CS:GO thing is that he refers to that you can play these systems.
I kind of skipped that part. Yeah. So because he's saying that in CS:GO you can smurf, you can basically just make a brand new account and go kick people's ass.
Yeah.
Which, well, I mean, it's...
You can do that in our game as well.
Also,
you can do that in all sorts of skill-based games. There really is no really good way of getting around that.
I think after a few battles you can't anymore. The thing is
No,
like
I think it's
you
just a
create a
map.
brand new account,
So-
you stay at number 1 for a few battles, and then you end up meeting people who are your same.
It's like
Skill level.
if people want to be assholes, they can
Yeah.
be assholes. It's hard to. Fortunately for us, it's a very small percentage of players who actually prefer to be assholes.
So I guess that covers it.
We have the last question.
yes, Saitu Yeku. That's 2 different guys. So Saitu and Yeku are asking, will you ever put the old mountain town back into play? And honestly, it's been such a long time. I don't even remember too much what it felt like. It had like that one main street,
Yeah, there's a street, and
then it had the other. It was like just.
The thing is with the mountain map, it was that it didn't really work that well, the old mountain map, but we wanted to tweak it, to give it update it a bit so it worked better, and by some mysterious incident, that task of updating the map turned into a whole new map, a completely new map that just replaced the old one, which is like, okay, then what? Because our system works like that on our servers, is that if you replace files, obviously we still have them in the history somewhere, but it's kind of hard to get them again. It's not that they don't exist in our system directly on our hard drives anymore. It exists somewhere in the history of the repository, the file repository. Obviously, we have talked about it on several occasions that we should do an archaeological dig to see if we can uncover the good old mountain town map and see if it works. Still, I'm not sure it works, but it could be like a fun holiday thing to do, try and dig it out again somewhere.
It has. It's still roughly the same layout. I mean, roughly.
Yeah, but the terrain is much different, and there's a lot of.
I think the river is different in the new one, right? But otherwise, it's a train station and a fuel depot.
Yeah, the fuel depot was much more different.
It looked different. Yeah, but it looked more like the police station plus a bunch of fuel tanks, right?
Yeah. So maybe one day when we get some extra time, we'll try and see if we can excavate it from the ruins.
And that's it for last week's questions. There was one thing we wanted to show last week and we were not able to.
Oh yeah.
The
Should we
war viewer.
It's a very, very simple thing. Oxan has put some time into.
Latest?
Just this is not actually the latest one. This is
not?
the pre.
Can you full screen it first?
Isn't it? Oh,
But
sorry. Okay, I need to full screen it. Maybe this will work.
It's something that we should be working on.
Control F doesn't work. I don't know why.
Bringing this in more public hands, because I think it's something that the strategic players would like to see. But this is just a little fun thing that Oxan from some time ago actually made sure that you could replay a war on the in-game map, and you just transfer it to the Flash client instead. So
I shouldn't resize it, right?
It should be okay now. You can scroll
so
around
if
and
I
zoom.
zoom in, that's fine. I can move around. That's fine. Okay, good.
I think so.
So
No,
okay.
no. It's offset already.
Is it?
Yeah.
So I have to reload.
But why don't you? It's fine. You don't need to go into full screen on this. Just reload it.
Yeah. Okay. So it won't let me. Wait. I
Can
have
reload
to. I have to
full screen.
full screen, and I have to reload like this.
It's fine.
I have to re-full screen
Why do you want to go full screen?
because I don't know. Okay. So now
Try and zoom.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I can zoom. That's fine.
No.
But is it?
No.
It's not.
No.
So I shouldn't have done that.
I just said no full screen.
You said no full screen. Okay, but if I zoom in while I'm not in full screen, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's just the scaling that doesn't really do it. This is something that has been put together in like 5 minutes, so it's really buggy and shitty.
that's
But
why
it's fun to watch it. It's a thing where when a war has ended, we dump out the data and we can see how it played out. This is going to be if you zoom out so we can see the whole thing, so we can see where everybody starts. Zoom out.
Yeah.
Yep. Here you go.
So
And we
Should I play it?
this is what is war 600 360.
369.
Yeah.
Should I play it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and so you see where people are spreading out.
Zoom in a little
And
bit.
then
Get northern. If you zoom out a bit.
you wanna, Let's do it again. Or I have to reload if I want to do it again, right?
No, you can just press play if you want to see the same wall again.
No, but it's not going to clear the. Does it? Oh, it does now.
Yeah.
Great, that's awesome. It's like,
Yeah, but it's fun to see here how how the war actually evolves. There's
there was
after-
like a pocket in the middle around Berlin.
Yeah.
And
you see how the Russians, Soviets attack here. The next one, I think you should try and take the. I think it's
365.
yeah.
365?
Just press select war.
oh,
365 is actually pretty
yeah.
interesting because that's one where you would see that
so
that the Germans actually sort of like they retreat to Italy and then they just stay there for a long time. There are some Germans are actually trying to hold Berlin, but it's just they're gonna get run over. But then you see that it seems like they are building up, and some of the I think it would be some of the veteran players are just making sure all their assault teams are deployed and ready to attack, and then you'll just see how they just start to come back into the. It looks like they're pushed behind now, and you'll see how they actually push forward and actually win the war. But you'll see a lot of.
Yeah, where is it?
Oh, I'll just show because we are in the middle of this. And it's fun to see how you can see in some instances where it seems like there's no defense other than at the front lines. You'll see those as like bursts of battles that is suddenly happening. And it seems like it's one of those things where organization of the troops is very important. That you actually protect choke points and areas behind the front line rather than just moving everything to the front line, because you will see when the front line collapses, you will see that rapidly one faction will gain a huge area. And it seems like the Germans are still the best at playing the tactical part of the game.
I'm curious to see it because like it's funny how stable it is now.
Yeah, but you'll see that slowly the Germans are moving up towards the crowd. Now they're trying
like grinding up.
They're going to so like they also play this where they surround the capitals and cut them off. So it's I think it's very interesting to watch them.
Oh yeah. And then
they broke out towards Berlin.
Yeah.
And you see Zurich is getting surrounded now.
Yeah. Isn't that like I'm kind of lost there? That's not Bavaria. Bavaria is like here.
Use the pointer.
Yeah, I use it. Yeah, sorry. Because I'm kind of lost with my geography here. Like this here is Bavaria, right?
I think so.
I think so, right? So this is. I forget.
So
I have to refresh my German geography.
see. Actually, this is also played in real time. So if the server has crashed, you will see it in this war as a long pause, which is not because the events are recorded in real time and not in wartime. That's why it's a bit weird.
It's funny. It's really gradual how they're just eating up all the.
There you go. So you see,
Oh, now there goes Brittany, Normandy.
suddenly, and you'll see it down over in Russia. They start to coming from the south.
So it's like here the.
Yeah. You'll see they start to come up here in a while. You also see the Holland or the Netherlands is getting captured.
There.
No, that's not. But Netherlands will be captured, and then it'll be recaptured by the Americans just right after. It's fun to watch.
That's Paris. Bye.
You see, the Americans are starting to come up in northern Russia.
Yeah. That's That's unusual.
Yeah.
Wait, is that's Estonia? That's Estonia. This what is that? Belarus?
Oh, no.
Is that Russia?
Belarus is down here.
Belarus is not here.
Yeah.
Is it like here?
You see,
Yeah, what-
what's
wait,
known, and then the Americans
Ha.
recaptured it. That's funny. And then finally the Soviets had to give up Berlin, and then you can see that the Germans now you see that from southern from the Crimea and up,
Yeah.
up they're starting to. They definitely have the upper hand now. And it's funny to see that how they move down to Italy and they just stay there until they feel strong enough to come back. Now the Soviets just give up.
Oh my god.
Damn.
It's a long war. This is one of the longer ones. I think it's very interesting to follow. But if this is something that people like, I think we should probably expand a little bit on it and put it public. But right now it's more like a fun side project internally.
I'm amazed that the war isn't won yet.
No.
Don't they have enough major cities?
I think Copenhagen needs to fall,
Ah, yeah.
and then you see Sweden goes now.
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Again, the defense is very important. Instead of moving all your troops to one location, it's really important to spread it out, because then you'll stop these bursts of when they break through the.
It's like a
front line.
bubble, right? It's like
But it's very hard because it's hard to do, because you need to coordinate with a lot of players to be able to do that, and you have to not get tempted to move everything to the front line. Keep something in reserve.
We just without noticing, there's only like 10 minutes left. I'll show these, the winners of the Battle Vision screenshot contest, which is run by Silverlick and Gringo.js. So they have selected for this month's winners 4 screenshots that illustrate the theme "Do or Die." So this guy, I'm not even going to try. I think this is just a zip view. A zip view, whatever. It's a scoped duel. Can I move this? I cannot move this, which is a little bit irritating. But I guess we can just lose the yes, thank you. So so do or die, because basically he got damaged already by this guy, so he needs to score that headshot or he's toast. Next guy is called Bad Wolf, 24th Panzer, and the title is either that sniper gets on the shore first and kills me, or I do and kill him. Fairly long title to illustrate this, that basically they're kind of racing to the shore so that they can pull out their rifles and shoot each other. Let's see the next one. Hedesi Marcel 11. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. His version of Do or Die is that one I like. He's in a paratrooper plane that's crashing, and he's taking damage from basically the burning engine. So basically, if he doesn't get out, he's dead, and he can see the ground coming up. That's a pretty good action screenshot. And the wild card this month is Hellenic Republic with Can You Imagine What We Saw? And they're doing the last scene from Blair Witch Project, I think. Or the scene where it's not clear what they saw.
I didn't see the last scene in Blair Witch Project because I was fast asleep.
I didn't really care for that movie either, but I think that's pretty much how it ends. They're in a cabin, and it's not clear what happens, and So it's this is a bug that was happening. It doesn't happen anymore, does it? The guys that the corpses stay standing.
No, I think that's fixed now.
That's a fun one.
No, it's a feature. It's a feature.
It's a feature.
Rigor mortis just instant kicking in.
It's the Halloween mode. walking corpses. So the next theme for the screenshot contest on YouTube, on Steam, is multi-kill. So if you can illustrate a multi-kill. Multi-kill. So you have until the 17th of December to submit entries for that one. And we have been told that there is another one going. This one, I'm going to put this here. On, what's it called again? VKontact? VK.com. It's basically the Russian Facebook.
Yeah.
They have their own screenshot contest, and the winners, we have them in this folder here. So there's one here. I think the titles are missing though. This is a pretty cool one.
Oh, awesome.
I think the pictures are doctored a little bit, aren't they? These ones? No? I don't know. They look a little bit like brighter and...
But it's possible to get your camera in that angle,
yeah,
right?
but I know the clouds have
maybe.
been photoshopped in and all
Maybe
that.
they just...
Yeah,
did
but
a little,
that's not a problem.
We do that.
We do that too, so yeah.
Everybody does that.
Yeah. So this one where... So wait. No, it's not this one where you see a...
VKontakte is the name of the...
This one's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's nice.
And this one has a, you see a plane. That's really cool. So you really get a crashing plane and all that. And this one, oh yeah, this one is the guy is waiting for the servers to become stable. He's like,
stable. Where are you?
yeah. Well, now it's here. So.
That's cool.
But it's a pretty nice one, that one too. Yeah.
I'm just gonna post the link for that war replayer that we showed before.
Oh, it is. It's public.
Chat. Yeah. It's we might take it down if it gets too rushed or something, but it shouldn't be that heavy because it's only a small data file, and so I'm gonna post that in the chat, the link.
Fred, can you tell the names of the Russians?
I don't know where they are. Let me see if I can find where the names are visible.
Obviously, the campaign viewer is very, very alpha. It's not even a beta thing. It's something that has quickly been mocked together, so you really expect it not to behave as well as the game, obviously. Right now, it's don't resize your windows and everything. It's filled with bugs. But
Was it here? I think maybe it was actually on the... Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, I think I have the... Yeah. I'll go through them again, since I had them on my little paper.
And obviously the war stuff it has to be updated. It has to be updated manually.
So this one... Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking at it. This guy is actually called the Soldier of Fortune. The next one, this one is, I just want to make sure that I'm not saying the wrong. Yeah, Perfectionist or Perfectionist, and this one is by Cine. And this one, I suppose it's pronounced Rebus, or otherwise, the way he wrote it was like a capital PE6YC, but I think if you read it like Russian, it's Rebus. So Rebus, or something like that. So there, that's our screenshot contest winners for
That's a pretty nice screenshots.
Yeah.
I must say. It's,
Yeah.
At least they sort of try to think of a sort of like a setting or theme or something for this. I think it's cool.
Yep. This being said, I think we are going to keep some stuff for next week in terms of revealing the Zhukov update.
Yeah, we have some more stuff.
Unless maybe you want to take one or two questions regarding what we've shown today, or if there's any interesting comments on the chat.
Yeah, there's something about the campaign viewer has crashed. I think everybody's trying to download it. Nice. Yeah, it's on one of the not so public servers, but yeah.
Otherwise, we could. I mean, it sort of is getting close to.
You try again
4
tomorrow. It'll
PM.
probably work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's something we use internally for. Let's see. All the data is getting pulled from the CDN anyway, so it's only the actual flash files that are on this address. And as I said, it's only like a little fun side project we've been working on. So expect it to be not so stable. But if it turns out to be, in order to be really useful, we need this to be automated so the war server handles the distribution of the data and all that stuff. But it wasn't the point. It was just to get a look inside some of the wars and see how they play out.
So
should we have some more questions from the
if you
chat
feel
or
like
something?
it, or
We have a few minutes left.
you have
right?
a few minutes left.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
thinking. I have to do that.
Anyway, there's Gabit98 is asking, any way we can talk you into test firing the new Rusky revolver?
Oh yeah,
Can we
could do that.
Yeah.
No.
No.
We can.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Okay. No, you cannot talk us into it. Let's see. Let's see if there's any. Can you add the KV-2 for the Soviets and the Tiger as a Tiger 1 counterpart? The KV-2 is that's the Soviet KV. That's the Soviet heavy tank with the huge bulky turret. I'm not sure about if I would add that one as a Tiger 1 counterpart. I think I can find some more interesting counterparts actually, but it's one of the iconic Soviet tanks.
Do you want to show it?
Yeah.
Picture right here, and it is quite.
But I think it's a howitzer and not so like
right.
So it's one of those tanks where you have to get fairly close to shoot accurately. Whereas the Germans, they just went a different route and not increasing the caliber and just making super long barrels, so you'd get a much faster muzzle velocity, which helps your penetration on longer distances as well. So
Actually, that's something that's worth mentioning again, right? The how the length of the gun is.
Yeah,
is
and obviously
important.
that's also why
Yeah.
many people think that just an example is that the gun on the Tiger 1 and the Tiger 2 is it's an 88 millimeter, but it's two different guns. The Tiger 2 it's a much longer barrel, and it has the actual cartridge is much longer than the Tiger 1, which obviously packs a lot more gunpowder.
Yeah.
So it has a much higher velocity. You also see that the actual, if you see the Panther has a very, very long barrel to the gun, which makes it actually a very powerful tank. With not just adding you could easily I think some of the later Soviet tank destroyers went into this 120 millimeters and bigger. And you actually see the modern tanks, they're not like 200 millimeters. They actually went towards having faster bullets, faster shells rather
just
than
longer.
Yeah, more powerful.
I was actually going to hijack this completely. If you have time to answer that, players, I think, often don't get why it's possible to do really precise shots, well, fairly accurate shots with LMG and not with an SMG, and it is kind of related to something like that, isn't it?
The barrel is simply just longer.
But the bullets also are it's a different type of bullet, and it's
There's
a different
more
type of
gunpowder, and it's you see like it's one of the classic thing is that the caliber of the bullets used in the SMGs are actually bigger than the rifle cartridges used in the LMGs.
But there's less powder.
There's less powder, and the barrel is shorter, so you get a much higher muzzle velocity out of the rifle cartridges.
So that's really like the reason why people say like spray and pray, because you're shooting a lot of like bullets really fast.
Yeah.
But the bullets themselves are not traveling as fast as a rifle bullet. It's just the rate at which you fire them.
Also have the ballistics, obviously. The bullet drop
Yeah.
will be much faster on a submachine gun or pistol, because it's just a... Yeah.
So that's why sometimes I have people telling me like, "Hey, this guy headshot me with a MG42 at 200 meters." And like,
the thing is with the LMGs is that the first shot at least will be, especially on a modern deployed light machine gun, the first shot will be very accurate because it's simply the same as shooting a rifle. The next shots will be going in other directions, but the first shot will actually be fairly precise. That's why you have the LMG doctrine of like, if you can clip it to 2 or 3 bullets, that will be fine, and shoot low because you know that the bullets will rise, and the same goes actually in the game as well. Just aim low because you might get a headshot on
the third bullet.
Second or third bullet will. And people usually go and they aim high instead, and then the rest of the bullets will just fly over the enemy. So,
do you have another question?
I have a lot of questions here, but I think we are gonna run this up and save some of this for the next QA session.
Yeah.
In what 4 weeks time?
Yeah, it's fairly close, I guess. Because, well, I mean, wait, 4 weeks time isn't that? It's gonna be Christmas.
Oh,
you're trying to you're trying to Christmas your way out of this. So do we call it a day? And
yeah,
we will then be uploading this episode to YouTube, and it's going to be available on Twitch later on. So if you missed the beginning, we were talking about some changes to the encounter map. We've made it a little bit more complex, and also we've shown that there's a new Soviet revolver, and we basically finished answering the questions from last week's Q&A that we didn't have time to squeeze in, and we will be coming back next week with more features from Zhukov, which is the name of the next update. So this being said, you can follow us on Twitch, you can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Steam, and all those fine websites. Thank you for watching. Have a nice weekend, and thank you for playing.
Bye-bye. And the campaign viewer has just crashed, so...
yeah.
Don't misuse it. We're probably going to move it somewhere else, I guess. It's a bit optimistic for us to think that
I guess
nobody would.
They are interested.
Yeah.
All right, well, have a nice weekend.
Yeah.
See you around.